Hello and welcome to Titanium Tarot's Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Gemini, okay? This is for any placement you have of Gemini in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-washer, I welcome you with open arms, because heaven knows I was a cross-washer for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now I'll be mentioning the decks I use as I use them. If not, they will be in the description box below. And with that being said, my gorgeous Gemmies, let's get into your cards. Yes. By the way, I use selenite on my decks to purify and cleanse them. Yes. So they're also good for spaces. Just saying. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share too many what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, my gems, please come forward and share what they should expect. And you got the Queen of Autumn in the upright. Awesome. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Geminis in the house, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. Then you have the Princess of Winter. Well, it could be a reconstituted family. Cesspur, which is it could in French. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, what else is coming for them? And you have the Six of Summer. Ooh, I like. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share what else is coming for them this week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. And you got the Ego card. Major. Okay. Okie dokie. Now I will clarify with Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. Alright. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and clarify why the Queen of Autumn is here in the upright. And you have Indy, Mike the Myomancer, as well as the Bodacious Bodak and Lady of the Harvest and Singer of Connection, as well as Unity and Sylvanius and Gotcha. Surprise! Okay, so please, angels and guides. Okay, second set you have the Princess of Winter. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share why the Princess of Winter is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies. You got Honesty, Mickle a Muckle, List of the Shadows, The Undressing of a Salad, and Faffy. Okay. So please, angels. Now the next card for the third set is a Six of Summer. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, why is the Six of Summer here in the upright? These angels and guides. And you got the Piper. With himself at the bottom of the deck. Followed by Topsy-Turvets. Topsy-Turrets. No, Topsy-Turvets. Yeah. And Guardian at the gate. So, next you have the Ego card. Now, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies, please come forward and share why the Ego card is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Gemmies. Why is the Ego card here in the upright? And you got Epona's Wild Daughter, Tintin the Sylph, as well as the Rar card and the Sage. Okie dokie. So, let us begin, shall we? Alright, so the first card you got is the Queen of Autumn. Now, this queen is a gracious, stylish, generous, and practical individual. It says, be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. Yay. Excuse me, I swear I don't yawn up until I start my readings. Then I yawn a ton. Yes. So, the first card clarifying the Queen of Autumn is Indy. Now, Indy talks of indecision, wishy-washing, commitment, and decision-making. So, I feel like due to the Queen of Autumn, you have I swear, I feel like energy that's passing through me is making me more tired. Anyway, so the Queen of Autumn, okay, is a very decisive individual, right? She's practical and yet decisive in her method of doing things. She is also, due to Mike the Myomancer, she's very observant as well. So she checks for signs from her surroundings, which is quite fitting, because in autumn you have the sign of it turning into autumn with all the leaves changing, with the weather changing, and all of that fun stuff. Next you have the Bodacious Bodak. Now the Bodacious Bodak talks of meddling, tampering, sabotage, helpful, fixing. Those are my trying to do air quotes while holding cards. And order. And I feel like the Queen of Autumn, being practical in the way she proceeds, is very, she withholds the order, especially that she's the third season of the year, right? So if we start at spring, we said spring, summer, autumn, and fall. So she knows the order in which the seasons have to change so that everything on the planet stays equal and balanced, and it is very important to her. Next, you have the Lady of the Harvest. Now, the Lady of the Harvest talks of completion, loss, and release, and harvest as well, which is befitting, seeing as the Queen of Autumn. During autumn, you harvest the fruits of your labor, generally speaking, depending on where you are. Well, not depending, but wherever you are, during the autumn season, you harvest the fruits of your labor. It doesn't matter if you're in the north or in the south hemisphere. As long as you're in a hemisphere, as long as it's winter, as long as it's autumn, you pick up, you harvest what you've worked on. Okay? I'm losing track of shit. Next, you have the Singer of Connection. Now, the Singer of Connection, okay, talks of spiritual connection, karma, balance, and empathy. What I say, the Queen of Autumn is looking to maintain balance within the seasons, within her way of doing things and whatnot, right? I mean, she's no Marie Antoinette. Let's just say that, right? That is what I'm picking up from this. For some reason, the Marie Antoinette were Christian dunce, I think. I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I chose the right Christian, but that movie, the way that she portrayed Marie Antoinette was very interesting. And if that is the actual Marie Antoinette, I'd be like, well, that's not her. Right? Because she looks for unity, not for separation, not to make people feel like they are separate from her. They are also human beings, and they also are in. What I mean to say is that the Queen of Autumn does not make her subjects feel like nothing, right? Yes, because unity talks of union, mystical experiences, and spiritual home. So the Queen of Autumn wants to keep everything balanced, everything well, so that there won't be a revolution, which is what Marie Antoinette lived through in her lifetime. Okay? The French Revolution. Next card is Sylvanus. Now Sylvanus, alright, talks of truth cutting through deception and clarity. I feel like if we continue with that idea of Marie Antoinette, I think the people who had who did a revolution had enough of their royalty not taking care of them. The reason why you're so rich and the reason why you are where you are is because you take care of your people. If you want them to take care of you, you need to take care of them first. You can't treat them like nothing. You just can't. Why did I get the Marie Antoinette? Kristen Dunst. Why did I get that image in my head? Guess I'll figure it out. And next card is Gotcha. So I think that is partly what surprises the other queens. The fact that this Queen of Autumn stays in harmonious relationship with her subjects all the time. Because don't forget, okay, every queen has her little thing, right? So the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Spring would be someone who's very fiery, who likes to change things up a lot. Then the Queen of Winter would be someone who's very cold, very detached. Then the Queen of Summer would be the Queen of Cups, which would be too emotional, right? And then there's the Queen of Autumn, who is very practical in her method and very down to earth. So I guess you could even say that the other queens are kind of like envious of her ability to interact with her subjects. Although maybe not the Empress, because the Empress is the combination of all four queens put together. That is a very interesting take. I'm going to write that down. Marie Antoinette. The movie. Yes. Alright. So then you have the Princess of Winter, which would be the Princess of Swords, which would be the Page of Swords in this case, right? So in this case it says this person is inquisitive, truthful, realistic, and undiplomatic. Information that can help, but that can help, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. Which is kind of like, to me, this is the light worker of the court cards. Especially because there's the indigo child or adult on this card. Yeah. And usually people who are like starseeds, earth angels, or what have you, whatever your terminology for it is, they have, like, I know me, I had difficulty communicating with people, like a ton. So just goes to show what you need to, that everybody has their thing, right? Like we saw with the Queen of Autumn. What's up with me and my words? Nothing. We're getting there. Okay, so the next card is honest. The first card clarifying is honesty, which would be the undiplomatic side of the princess, which is that she is a little too honest. She lacks tact, and to some extent it's kind of like I don't know if it's the fact that she lacks tact, but she has a bit of self-deception, because I remember when I was very what's the word? Impulsive, which is like one step below undiplomatic, because the Prince of Winter is impulsive. The Princess of Winter is undiplomatic. So at least she is conscious about what she's saying. It's just that she doesn't really care what people think, right? So I feel like there is a side of self-deception in here that plagues the Princess of Winter a little bit, because I don't think she puts that much importance on interpersonal communication skills, even though it's highly important in order to stay in good relationship with your subjects, or just anybody in general, right? But one of the ways, in order for this Princess of Winter to kind of get out of her funk, if she is finding herself in the funk, would be to be appreciative for what she already has. To be appreciative for the blessings of life, the mixed blessings, the everyday blessings, right? Yeah. And that, if she is able to do that, would be her healing her shadow side. Yeah. Her addictions, her addictions, which might be being honest, a little too honest, right? As well as aiding her in her self-esteem. Building up her self-esteem. Now, when she does all those things, she will seem improbable, impractical, impossible to others, because she has shifted and changed who she is, which would be more indicative of the Empress, right? Because the Empress has a creative energy about her, while as the Princess of Winter has more of a thoughtful, has more of a thought process thing about her. Yeah. And that's when you have Faf the Footer. Now, Faffy talks of being real, earthing, grounding, centering. So if the Princess of Winter wants to get out of her head and be more likable, like the Empress, who is very creative, very loving, and also it could be that she's trying to emulate like the Queen of Autumn, who is very loving herself. So if she, who might actually be her stepmom, right, or the woman her father decided to marry after he and his wife were separated. After him and the Queen of Winter were separated. Don't ask me why. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Right? So this, being real, talks of being real. Fafi talks of being real, earthing, grounding, centering. And I feel like in order for this Princess of Winter to really be able to find ways to communicate with the Queen of Autumn, she needs to be real, center herself, ground herself, and get her head out of the clouds, which generally air types, because winter is indicative of air, is the air suit of air in this deck. Yeah. Grounding is one of the things that air signs need to be doing, which is what you are, my Gemmies. I myself, I'm a Libra, so I also need to ground myself at times. Next card is the Six of Summer. Now, the Six of Summer talks of children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they actually occurred. So, things are slowly but surely looking up, looking better. Yeah. Now you have the Piper. Now the Piper, alright, talks of music, order, harmony, seduction, and empathy, which is yet again its order. I guess this Princess of Winter or this Queen of Autumn is really remembering events differently. Like maybe they might have had a little tiff, okay, and I feel like at the end of the tiff they stopped talking to each other and they're like, I'm not talking to you, and something happens during this week that makes them rethink the situation all over again. Maybe something like the King of Winter is not here, but I feel like the King of Winter might have, brought something to the attention of the Princess of Winter that made her rethink the situation altogether, right? And I feel like the King of Winter was like, my daughter, try and find a peaceful resolution to this issue. I don't like it when my wife is pissed off at you. And I don't like it when you're pissed off at my current wife. Let's make friends, please. You're my eldest daughter. I mean, she does look older than all of the other court cards, princesses or princes. So I'm just saying. You're the eldest one. Don't be a biatch. Excuse my language. Next, you have himself. Now, himself talks of natural law, life force, shamanic powers, and magic. I feel like the King of Winter, in this case, would want to get back to the way things were, the natural law of the family. Right? I'm using it liberally, but in which he wants everything to be calm and peaceful, and he wants natural order. He wants things to fall into place so that he can go back to sleep with his wife and not have to worry about someone doing something. And I don't know. Don't ask me where that idea came from. It just did. Wait a minute. Okay. Now, I feel like this Princess of Winter needs a little bit of topsy-turvets. Needs to change her viewpoint on something. Or maybe both need to change. Maybe what the King of Winter did, which he's not here, but I feel like his energy is being felt through the reading, is that he had an intervention with the two most important women in his life, his daughter and his new wife, right? And he's like, stop bickering! And I don't know, whatever. Because he wants the family to evolve. He wants this family dynamic to move farther than where it is now, for it to elevate itself into better, peaceful times, right? Because the Guardian at the Gate talks of passage to new life, openings, gatekeepings. So it's basically saying that they have the King of Winter, I'm getting tongue-tied here, King of Winter would like there to be a happy environment in his family, which would indicate a evolution, right? Yep. Now, the last card is the Ego card. Now, the Ego card is a representation of the Devil card in this deck. Okay, so this card says the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. So I'm thinking that this is a whole new family dynamic that's going on. Maybe the Queen of Autumn has just freshly entered this new family dynamic, and the princess is like, hello, who are you? Why are you telling me how to act? And she is being a complete teenager, right? She is not at all happy with the current situation, and she's making her views voiced, or she's voicing her views, right? She's not happy, and you can see that she has an illusion of being trapped. Actually, I feel like both of them have the illusion of being trapped, not knowing what to do, and they're like both sides of a coin. So that means the Queen of Autumn is trying to make nice and be a part of the family, while the Princess of Winter is being a hard-headed teenager who's like, F you. No, I will not accept you as my mother. No, you're not my mom. F off. And blah, 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 blah. You know, that's what I'm picking up on. So it's, and as it says, I don't know how, I'm placing too much importance on material items. So I feel like, see, the Princess of Winter, being an air sign, you would think that she'd put more importance on concepts, ideas, which is the idea that now maybe the Queen of Winter passed away, I don't know why, or decided to divorce her husband and go with someone else, or be single. But in any case, the Queen of Autumn is trying to get slowly but surely into the good graces of the Princess of Winter, and she's having nothing to do with it. Maybe it's because the Queen of Autumn is placing too much importance on material stuff and not enough importance on the conceptual ideas of things, right? So now it's more like a idealism, clashing of the ideas is what I'm getting. Next, you have getting caught up in fear and worry. So I feel like that is what the fear is, what the Queen of Autumn is, the fear of never being able to understand her stepdaughter, and worry is that which the Princess of Winter is living, because she's worried that she will never be able to talk to her mom. She's worried about the fact that her dad will stop loving her because he has now another wife and will have new children. This is like big ass TV series drama. Usually when I pick up on reconstituted families in my readings, that is basically what is happening. Yeah. Now the cards clarifying that are Epona's Wild Daughter, and Epona's Wild Daughter talks of inner shadow, nightmare, depression, madness, and growth. I feel like that is what this family unit is going through, and I feel like at the end of it all there will be much growth, right? The next card is Tintin the Sylph, which talks of acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. I feel like the Princess of Winter is going to finally set aside her ideas and be able to see past what her stepmother is all about, and be able to see that in reality she does think like she does, just in a backhanded way, and that because of that there will be growth, or well, both of them will, and because of that there will be growth. I don't know if I made any sense to anyone. If I didn't, please put in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to explain. Okay, then once this whole shebang, once this whole hullabaloo is behind them, they will be able to tap into the raw card energy, which talks of wild energy, pure potential. Because now they're on the same page, which means things are going to go much smoother now, right? Yeah. Next card, we have the Sage. Now the Sage talks of wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, and patience. I feel like this Queen of Autumn and this Princess of Winter have finally found equal ground and are now able to go further, and that is in and of itself is wisdom. Okay? So my gorgeous gemmies, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box you'll find a little description of this video and my prize. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post some stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I may not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous gemmies, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!